Once there was a traveller who stood before a locked gate that said, "Prove you can open me before you try." So he waited. Years passed. Moss grew. Then one day he laughed, reached out, and simply pushed. The gate had never been locked. That's belief in action. You see because you move. When you hold an image in mind, your nervous system reorganizes to make it real. Dopamine, attention, micro-choices all line up like iron filings to a magnet. So every time you act as if, your attention, it's already forming. You become the proof you were waiting for. And maybe you've already noticed moments where you believed first, learning to walk, trusting a friend, beginning a project before knowing all the steps. That same circuitry, it still runs. It just needs reminding. Imagine the universe as a video game that only loads the next level once you start walking toward it. If you demand to see the whole map first, the screen stays dark. Your brain actually rewards uncertainty with curiosity chemicals. Creativity, it's the biological love child of not knowing yet. So when the mind says, "I can't start until I'm sure," you can smile, breathe, and remember that uncertainty is evidence you're expanding. Each uncertain breath becomes an invitation to growth. Certainty is static. Life is dynamic. Movement turns mystery into mastery. Picture a drop of ocean arguing with itself. One day, I'll be ocean enough. And the tide just chuckles, saying, "You already are." There's no hierarchy in consciousness, only degrees of remembering. Even your mistakes are prayers in progress. Neuroscience would call it integration. Mystics call it grace. Every cell in your body hums with the same electromagnetic rhythm as stars. You can forget that for a while, but you can't lose it. So whenever that thought arises, "I'm not advanced enough," your inner voice can respond. Then I'll practice remembering, because remembering is progress. Light and dark aren't enemies. They're dance partners. Electricity needs both poles to flow. A galaxy spins because gravity and motion keep each other honest. Likewise, your own emotions, joy and grief, courage and doubt, create the charge that powers awareness. When you stop labeling parts of yourself as bad or wrong, energy that used to be trapped in judgment becomes fuel for creativity. That's not spiritual bypass, it's spiritual physics. Now, if you zoom the lens wider, what happens when a person truly lives these lessons? They become a walking permission slip for others. Belief before proof births innovation. Comfort with uncertainty invites discovery. Humility with remembering breeds compassion. Balance beyond polarity radiates peace. You start influencing the field around you. Coherence measurable in heart-brain synchrony. Ripple effects through relationships, choices, synchronicity. You begin to notice that reality isn't something happening to you, but through you. And the world responds. Opportunities appear that were invisible at lower frequencies of fear. People feel safe near you because you're no longer demanding certainty, hierarchy, or judgment. That's the quiet revolution, self-alignment that reorganizes the collective. Of course, if one forgets these truths, life simply becomes louder in its reminders. Waiting for proof breeds stagnation. Fear of uncertainty shrinks possibility. The ego's false humility blocks intuition. Polarity creates endless inner wars. It's not punishment, it's feedback, like a GPS rerouting you back toward coherence. And maybe you can imagine, somewhere ahead of you, a version of yourself who's already embodied this. They move to a life lighter, freer, more amused by contrast, more trusting of timing. When they meet resistance, they smile. More raw material for transformation. They live as living proof that fate, curiosity, remembrance, and wholeness, they're not abstract virtues, but biological upgrades. So as you consider all this now, or later, or maybe already, your mind can play with the idea that these lessons, they're not things to memorize, but things to be. Every breath can rehearse them. Inhale belief, exhale proof. Inhale uncertainty, exhale wonder. Inhale remembrance, exhale humility. Inhale contrast, exhale creation. And as that rhythm continues, the teachings weave themselves naturally into your own way of thinking, quietly, comfortably, authentically, until living them feels as normal as breathing. Because in truth, it always was.